Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rethinking UX, the Golden Circle talk show. Here we engage in conversations with industry leaders to discuss current and future trends, gather valuable takeaways for our audience. Today, get ready to for a tech-filled discussion that's all about future of digital connections. It's my privilege to welcome Dinesh Singh, co-founder and CTO of Topmate. Dinesh, welcome to Rethinking UX, the Golden Circle talk show. Uh, I would
Thank
like
you,
to
Mayur.
hear I would like to hear from you, Dinesh, who you are and why venturing into entrepreneurship and being a founder of Topmate.
Sure. So yeah, I'll give a brief intro about myself. So I am a co-founder and CDO at Topmate.io. And to start with, so I graduated in 2012 from IIT Bombay. Post that, I have been involved with lots of early age startups. And my forte is scaling up tech teams and started Topmate back in August 2021, and since
Mhm.
then have been working there.
I think 2021 was a great time because everyone was virtual, right? And people were
Yeah.
looking to seek help. So, moving on, Dinesh, also tell us what is Topmate because in India, in the age of moonlighting, right? Uh, what is Topmate at least first, and then we will get in dig deep into the insights, right, or the behind the scene challenges and the positive side of it, right? So what is Topmate for our audience?
So Topmate is a tool which enables LinkedIn professionals and creators to monetize their time. Wherein
Mhm.
and the theory behind it is that lots of LinkedIn professionals who are industry leaders, who have achieved something in their life, they keep on getting lots of DMs. And as of now, there's no way to manage those DMs, let alone monetize it. So that's where Topmate comes into picture, that okay, if you want to have a serious conversation with me, no need to DM me. Here's my link, here's my calendar, you can directly book a call with me. Here are the pricing. And so that's what Topmate is.
Okay. uh, Dinesh, can you please take us in the memory lane, right? What made you and your co-founders start Topmate, right? It is all about making digital connections, right? So from where the journey started and how much time it took for you and your team to nail down that, okay, now this is the idea, right? Like that's what we call about, right? There's a spark, there are multiple ideas, and then you nail down to one, right? So let's take us through those memory lanes.
Sure. So yeah, it was I guess May 2021 when COVID second wave was in full flow, and we just shut down our previous startup Betty app. And uh, and then we during that time we got ample amount of time to learn new skills. So I was watching lots of YouTube videos around machine learning, and AIs and all those stuff. And me and Ankit, we both sort of uh, observed one phenomenon, wherein there were lots of comments. No matter how good the video was, there
Yeah.
were lots of comments which were very very specific, which were not covered in the video. and and that's when we thought that okay, even if the content is great, there are lots of questions which are left unanswered. And that's when we thought that why not we build something around it. And that's when we started talking to lots of creators. I think we talked to around hundreds of people, and that's when we realized that comments was just the tip of the iceberg. The
Yeah.
main problem was the DMs part, wherein if there were hundreds of comments on the videos, then there were at least thousands of DMs which were left unanswered. And so yeah, that's when, I mean, we sort of started talking to lots of users, and that's when we realized that this problem is big. Everybody was solving around content. Everybody, there were lots of startups who were selling courses, who
Mhm.
were selling WhatsApp groups and all, but none of them was building around selling their time. And that's
Yeah.
when we thought, why not attack this problem, because this is a huge white space, and this is the need of the hour, wherein there lots of content creators are getting popular, lots of LinkedIn was also picking up at that point of time. So
Yeah.
that's when me and Ankit, we started, I think, yeah, in June July 2021, and we shipped a product within 1 month.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's how Topmate was born.
Yeah. No, I think in one of our previous conversations, you also spoke about you have a small team, right? Uh,
Yeah.
I think along with our audience, and even I would like to know from where did you started? Did you had the first product manager, or like did you had the first designer? And
Yeah,
also, how big is the team, right?
sure. Yeah, so I've told this before as well in my previous conversation, in my that me and Ankit, so we both, is great at building business, and I'm good at developing tech. However, what we are not good at is design. We
Mhm.
didn't understand design much, so, and that was one of the mistakes which we committed in our previous startup.
Mhm.
So that's when we thought that we gonna hire a good designer, and
Mhm.
that's when we were not funded back then. We hired a designer. His
Yeah.
name is Pawan P, and so we hired a designer. So we three were there who were working full time on this, and we three launched the product within 1.5 months. And so we three started working, and we worked for around 6 to 7 months. So, and then we hired a few freelancers as well. Uh, and then we hired our entire team in the month of May 2022, when we received
Mhm.
our first round of funding. And as of now, I mean, that entire team is just 13 people, and including me, there are just five developers. And
Mhm.
I mean, and when I tell this to people that only five developers are there, and people get shocked, because this is a huge product. I mean,
Yep.
uh, we are a huge product, and it becomes difficult, but of course, it is challenging, it is interesting to work. All of the team members are very much excited and about building great products. So that's how we are able to sort of run our machine.
So, Dinesh, I must give credit to you and Ankit and your entire team. Uh, Even I was amazed when I heard that okay, your team is only 13-member team because the kind of app that you have and the quality of designs and everything uh, has been done quite phenomenally.
Thank
And
you.
I know that like it's not a small one
Yeah.
because I have used your product. I have used the B2B product. I have seen it, right? I think everything works flawlessly. So a big shout out to the entire team. The next question to you is, and I think you like you did mention, right? For first few months, right? It was only you, Ankit, and Pawan who is the designer, right? Three of you were there. One interesting question that comes to my mind, and like this is also for the designers because there was a like designer on your team first.
Mm.
What you look in for? What are the traits that you look for when you are looking to hire a designer, be it a freelancer or coming on board, right? So, being a founder, what do you uh, look for when you interview a designer?
So one of the thing which I personally look into is the excitement, is the zeal to perform. I mean,
Mhm.
let's face it, skill can be learned, but
Yeah.
if you don't have that zeal, if you don't have that excitement to perform, I mean, then nothing can be done. So our entire team, they are uh, very excited, and they, so when we look for designer, one thing is for sure, that they have to be, they might not be that skilled, but they should be ready to learn. They should, and of course they should have faith in the product, they should have faith in the founder. that okay, we are gonna perform really really well, we gonna achieve those heights. So I mean, one thing which we look is all about how excited the person is, and then of course basic, their basic should be strong, as in
Mhm.
what all should be there when you I mean when you design a product, then what all things do you look for? Are you Do you have that empathy about user, with the user? Do you uh, think about users while designing? And of course the but of course, as said, the main thing is that zeal should be there.
Yeah, yeah. So, well said, Dinesh. By any chance, are you expanding your design team? This is primarily for our audience. If they want to apply, do you have plans to expand now or like near future?
So as of now, we are not expanding, but after a few months, we would need some helping hands. So
Cool.
yeah, in a few months' time, would definitely let you know.
Awesome, awesome. So, Dinesh, the future of digital connections is evolving rapidly, right? You
Right.
talked about LinkedIn, right? Topmate is anyway there. There are many other products, and currently we are living in an era of mentees and mentorship, right? Looking at, and these are also in some way competitor to Topmate, right? What is your future plan, if you can disclose something about like what's cooking up behind the scene, right? Because currently what we see is just a, a help seeker and expert trying to connect, right? It's a digital connection,
Right.
and there is a so anything else which we should be uh, which we should be watchful about, which is coming our way in future from Topmate.
So one thing which we are very much focused about is our users' experience. So we
Hmm.
might not be developing tons and tons of features, but we our entire team is sort of aligned towards that we need to deliver a great user experience. So
Hmm.
and that's what keeps us aside, that's what our advantage as against our competitors. Because
Hmm.
I mean, if you will see, if you have heard about our Times Square campaign, where
Hmm.
people have done these kind of campaigns before, but all of them, they were publicizing themselves at all the billboards and in the TV ads. But we were the first one who were celebrating our own users at one of the most prestigious place in the world.
Yeah,
And
I saw that.
that's what separates, yeah, so that's what separates us from others, wherein we would, and in the future we might, we are so I would talk about two extremes. One would be the user experience, wherein we are obsessed with the user experience,
Hmm.
wherein we do not have a support person. Uh, each one in our team, they get to handle support for a week, and that's what keeps them really really close to the users. So one part is wherein we are focusing extremely on our user experience, and then there's another extreme when we gonna experiment a lot, where we will be leveraging the latest gen AI technologies.
Hmm.
So there are two things which we are planning to develop, which we are experimenting. One, uh, we are planning to develop a user bot wherein we have all of the interactions. So we are experimenting with very select users and see how it goes. Wherein we'll give them a scalable way of
Yeah.
where we'll give them a scalable way uh, to answer their questions. So a bot can
Sure.
answer question on their behalf. But we are very very early, and let's see how it goes. And then another thing which we have observed is that there are lots of users who hit a creative block, wherein they
Hmm.
don't know how what to post on social media. So we are developing another technology wherein we would help them a lot in suggesting that, okay, you can post about this, and then AI can write the entire content for them. AI can generate uh, even the visuals for them, so as to
Yeah.
which can help them a lot. So these are a few things, few wacky experiments which are going on. But yeah, the crux would be to focus on the user experience.
Okay. Uh, uh, I think like you also stole my next question that was in my mind, which is generative AI and AI, which you spoke about it. And when I was exploring Topmate, I could see there's a section which is, I think it's in beta or like that is out, right,
Yeah,
where we can create some post and then the AI
yeah,
helps.
yeah.
The other important question, Dinesh, is uh, in the in this age, right, digital connection, right? uh, when I was looking at Topmate, there's no balance and check how much is less and how much is more when you are creating a one-on-one call or a package or a webinar, right? So
Right.
do you have a check and balance that if it's a product leadership or UX
Mhm,
design or research,
mhm.
is there a price point where which Topmate as a custodian of the entire connection says, okay, this is too much or this is under, right? Because that also creates a parity between the experts, because it's also about mindset, right? Few of the experts, they want to give it back, so they keep the price low. There are folks who are only in full time into this business and they want to educate and make money, right? So, and
Right.
top, as you being top custodian of a top mate, right, you should have some kind of benchmark. I It just came to my mind now because there has to be some price point, right, or at least some alert that okay, you are crossing this threshold, right? So is it planned or do you have the data from the market, what is too low and what is too high or what is average?
I mean, that's a good question. So, uh, whenever someone registers, we sort of scrape their LinkedIn profile, and we
Hmm.
suggest them that okay, that this should be the pricing which you should put up on
Okay.
your services. Having said that, this is not, we haven't worked a lot on this thing, but yeah,
Mhm.
this can be a very uh, good thing. And to be frank, people keep on asking us that okay, what is the price point that we should put up on our services, how
Yeah.
much should it be. So yeah, but yeah, this is definitely in the plan. And yeah, so we haven't started working on it,
Hmm.
but yeah, we will definitely work
Yeah.
on this thing.
This question also came to my mind because I have worked in the real estate industry in the past, and when
Okay.
someone is selling a property, right, knowing
Right,
the features, like as you said, right, you do take the information from LinkedIn because there is an option to log in via LinkedIn, right?
right,
Basis the number of years of experience, maybe the title, the designation, you can do something, right? In the real estate, we used to show this is the 3 BHK east facing number of
right,
floors, right? This is the tentative cost of your property, and then the buyer the seller was free to quote anything, right? So it just came to my mind, and that also put some benchmark, right? Because
mm,
uh, higher the price, it is considered premium, right? Which may not be the case, right? And that's also misleading for the newcomers who are coming to who is like coming to the industry, right? So it's the ownership is also on us more than you, right? Being in the top mate. So, and that's where that question was.
yeah.
Uh,
So basic sanity is there, wherein we look okay if someone is coming from the US, and if someone is 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 holding a CXO level place. So
mhm.
basic thing is there, but it's not exhaustive. But yeah, this would be a good point to ponder on.
And I think these are also future features, right?
Yep.
It's been only 2 years in the industry and what you have done is phenomenal, right? I was surprised. On Rethinking UX, we also have expert connect, and ask me, right, I have gone through a lot of pain to build that uh,
Yeah, can understand.
platform, right? It goes like it takes a lot of effort, the development, the backend code. But yeah, I think when I looked at Topmate, right, it works flawlessly end to end, and that's the best part. Also, Dinesh, these connections, right, where someone is seeking help and someone is giving help, right, as an expert, the privacy is also something which is worry or can be worry for many of the consumers, right? How do you take care of the privacy concerns, right? And most of them they have, right? So how do you prioritize the privacy and do the balancing act between someone who is seeking for help and Topmate?
Right. So, uh, while building Topmate, this was one of our most important thing that we would not be exposing the contact details of someone who is providing services, and
Okay.
that's what separates us from something like a Calendly or some other tools, wherein if you if you try to book a call with someone on Calendly, their email ID gets exposed, and trust me, uh, it's very very irritating that if you're providing mentorship and your email ID gets exposed, you have taken a call and you have someone has paid $500 to book a call with you, and after the call gets over, they keep on messaging you again and again. So that's what we knew that it's a huge problem, and that's why we took it very seriously. So you will see in the entire product, people can message you, people can book a call with you, but your
Yeah.
personal details will never get exposed. So
Hmm.
that is a very very important thing in our case. Having said that, now people were also looking for features. Okay, if I've already booked a call with someone, and if they want to maybe message me again and again, then what can be done. So that's why we developed a technology where we can sort of allow you to mask your email, so I
Mhm.
can message, but my email ID will not get exposed. So that is one thing wherein we are keeping a balance between that. Okay, your personal details are not getting exposed, but at the same time I'm able to enable users to interact with each other seamlessly.
And I think you are talking about the priority DM, right? The feature that you have on Topmate.
Apart from priority DM, if you book a call, which let's say
Mhm.
I book a call with you,
Mhm.
then uh, I, the email which comes, I can reply to that email, and the email will directly land in your inbox. But my
Mhm.
yours email ID will not get exposed to me.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Dinesh, as a tech visionary, and you also mentioned that you love the technology
Right.
development and you have a small team, right? And with that small team, the wonders that you have done in past 2 years, what excites you the most about the future of technology and how it will shape the way we connect and share the knowledge, what you are doing at Topmate?
Sure, sure. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of emerging technology. So even when crypto tech was booming, we tried several experiments related to it. None of them worked,
Mhm.
but we are never shy of trying anything new at Topmate. I mean, to give you an example, so if that priority DM feature, you can directly reply from WhatsApp, and it was
Mm.
developed within 48 hours. Uh, of the day when Meta released their WhatsApp cloud APIs, and that's
Okay.
how fast we actually are. And
Mm.
and according to me, in the current age, the generative AI is something is similar to what internet was in late 1990s. It
Yeah.
changed the entire world, and I think that's how similarly generative AI gonna change the world. And I mean, let's see, let's hope it does so. And we are not shying away from using it at top end, but we don't want to be just like another company who who would be trying out random stuff just to say that okay, we are trying out Gen AI for but it has to be useful for our users as well, because as said earlier that our team is very very lean and we have very limited bandwidth. But having said that, uh, we will be so we are using all sorts of tool to help us optimize in our support. And so yeah, these are the things which, so I'm very much hopeful and uh, and supporter of high end technologies.
Mhm.
So let's see how it goes.
Any new feature, or can you give us a sneak peek on something which is coming out very soon, maybe month, maybe week, or next quarter? Anything that you guys are working on?
Uh, yeah, so there are a few things. So people have requested that uh, we do not have that. So yeah, as of now, I can't disclose some
Okay.
of the features which are.
Okay. Okay.
But a few of them I've already disclosed that we are working on very select users that they would be providing their data on. So they have the social medias, and we can sort of prepare a bot out of learning from the social media, and
Yeah.
then let's see how it goes. So we are experimenting, and if those experiments gonna go really well, then I think something really cool can be
Okay.
developed.
Okay. Dinesh, the most important point that I have kept for the last, moonlighting, right?
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
personally believe that if you are not conflicting your professional time with giving back to the community, I think there should not be any harm. Being a founder of Topmate, right, and also a CTO, and you have a small team, I'm sure you must be encouraging your team members to invest some time educating others, right? uh, Obviously off office hours, right? When we launched our expert connect, and that was free, right, we specifically gave them an instruction that please make sure that you do it from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., right? Have you seen some trend in India? And this is for all managers, leaders, organizations uh, who consider giving back to the community as a moonlighting, right? uh, I personally believe that there has to be a ROI of a time, right? You can do something for free once or twice or thrice, but not throughout your life, right? uh, any data point that you have from India versus US, and how your consumers are taking it? Because I still see many of the folks are there on Topmate, but they are not exposing the link on LinkedIn, or they are not shouting, including me, right? So any last word for everyone who wants to be on Topmate, and for organizations, leaders, managers, how they should look at this contribution towards community and society?
Sure. Yeah. So you rightly said. So there are people. So in even in our at Topmate, there are people who are developing their side projects and all, and it is very important. And reason being, you while doing mundane task in your organization, you get bored and you don't get enough time to try out new technologies.
Yeah.
uh, but when you get and we haven't fixed any time that okay you can do it between 7 to 9, but you can do it in the broad daylights as well, because we uh, we have told that okay we trust you fully that you're gonna put your 100% at Topmate. And and moonlighting is very important because it sort of challenges you to try something new which you actually love.
Mhm.
uh, and it can be for money, it cannot be for money, but I think moonlighting is more of a, because see, you are working for 5 to 6 days in a week, you get just
Yeah.
one to 2 days in a week. And if you are sort of trying something out, you will be passionate about it. And and when you're trying out something which you are passionate about, that's where uh, your actual skills gets improved and you get to learn a
True.
lot. And that's how innovation, your innovative part of your brain gets brushed up. and and that's why and there are, and you can see that there are lots of even founders are there on Topmate who
Yeah.
are sort of promoting their link there. And recently lots of even founders of big startups have started using Topmate. I mean, I
Mhm.
can't name that, but you can search it
Yeah,
on
I've seen
internet,
I've seen
on
I've seen
LinkedIn.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. So and they are shouting out loud that if I am doing it, which means that they are promoting moonlighting. And in the US, uh, it is even more, wherein because in the US people leave their parents house at age of 18, and they are on
Yeah.
their own. So lots of people, they try out different things even from the early age. So in the US it's even more, and that's why I think maybe that might be one of the reason where people try out a lot apart from their 9 to 5 job. And that's how people get to learn a lot about their skills. And I think
Yeah.
that should be promoted a lot. It should not be banned, it should not be looked down upon. I think it should be promoted because
Yeah.
that's gonna improve your employee's brain. And in turn, the ROI would be way better.
Sure. No, I do agree, and I think it works both ways, right? For a expert, teaching is the best way to upgrade yourself, right? Because if you have to make someone learn, then you have to first prepare yourself, right? And while the questions will be thrown onto you by the help seeker, right, you it also elevates you. And for the help seekers, right, uh, it is also an opportunity to learn from an expert in a
Absolutely.
personalized way, 101, right, where you can ask anything, you can discuss anything, and then the expert can guide you, right? So no, I think we had a great connect. Any last word, Dinesh, from your side, for all the professionals who are listening to this show, talk show, uh, what they should seek for, how they should give the help back to the community, or anything else? Also on the for the designers, product managers, and for the tech teams, right? If they are looking to be hired by a founder or an early age startup, right? What they should be preparing for.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, if you're someone who want to give back to the community, so I don't know if you have heard about this or not, that we are Topmate is collaborating with the Yuvraj Singh UV can,
I have heard.
wherein they are so whatever you wanna earn, you can donate a part of it to the UV can campaign, which will be helping lots of children who are affected by cancer. uh, so yeah, if you want to give back to community, now is the time, and
Sure.
now is the time to take that, to experience it for the first time. And so I would like to welcome each and everyone to be a part of it. uh,
Sure.
and yeah, and apart from that, someone who is looking out for a job, and I would say that as of now the market is very down. So I would say start working on your skill right now. And even if you're not, it might be hard for you to get a job right now, uh, but trust me, work on your skill and sharpen your skills, because a time will come in a few months where lots of jobs will be pouring in, and
Yeah.
you don't want to be lagged behind in your skill.
True.
So right now the time is maybe not to look for a job. It might be difficult, I mean, to be very frank, it might be difficult to get a job right now, but work on your skill. uh, Consume lots of good content, and yeah. And one other thing, in fact, I'll tell you that one of the people which we hired was that so she simply emailed us, and she created a lots of very unique content, that okay,
Okay.
uh, we can market Topmate in this way, we can market Topmate in that way.
Got it.
And as a
Got it.
founder, we were quite excited about it. Okay, someone who is actually thinking about that, how can Topmate be marketed. And then there were lots of people who give suggestions. Okay, in fact, they have created that, okay, this is the profile page of Topmate, and if I would have designed, it would look something like this.
Sure.
And if,
Sure.
if we would have had a vacancy, we would have definitely interviewed that person directly.
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
so yeah, one thing is that if you're looking for a job, and directly email the founder. Generally the email id is first name e- at the domain name. So,
Yeah,
and you can directly email them, and with all, you, if you're a techie, you can develop something and shoot email to them. If you're a designer, you can uh, prepare it. Okay, this is a page which I think would look better according to me, and
yeah,
you will definitely get a response from them.
sure. So I think basically coming up with a proof of concept
Absolutely
and show the future and the growth path, right? I think
right,
for the
right,
designers and the product managers.
right.
Dinesh, I love talking to you. Wish we had more time, but it is quite clear that Topmate is revolutionizing the way we connect and share the knowledge. Uh,
Sure,
we also explored why, how, and what of Topmate. Uh, and I think we will talk again in future. Dinesh, thank you for sharing your insights and talking to us today. And to everyone, the tech enthusiast out there, keep an eye on the future. It's going to be a wild ride of innovation and connections. Dinesh talked about like many of them in our interview today. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the tech landscape. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Dinesh. And it was a pleasure talking to you.
thank you, Mayur. Same here.